"Do you have Coke?" This guy asks me whilst he's holding hands with his toddler walking down the river. I went to the park today to walk my dog, and this guy has the confidence to openly talk about drug use in front of his toddler, and that made me think how most of the parents I've seen have no idea what the fuck they're doing. They don't understand how grave it is to actually instill proper morals and give your kids a good foundation, right? I think people give too much leeway to parents. I hate this term, "oh, it's their first time living." I don't give a fuck. You messed up your own life, and then you gave birth, and then you're leading your child down to a messed up life as well. So you just fucked up 2 lives for nothing because you're a selfish cunt, right? That's what it is. I'm very indifferent towards my mother. Like, yeah, she's lied to me in the past. Like the first 17 years of my life, I was so worried about what other people thought of me, and you know, I hated having my hair cut. I was anxious all the time. I didn't know how to communicate with people at all, right? For the first 17 years of my life, I was basically wasted. It was basically wasted because of a poor upbringing. Like, she was a single mom. She had to work a lot. I remember most days just staring at a wall when I was a kid, or being with some random person because I had to be babysat, right? And just getting no interactions. And the few interactions I did get with my mum, if I quote unquote acted out or did something wrong, she would ignore me for a day, or maybe sometimes even longer. And I remember like begging so desperately for some sort of attention, and it just never came. So I just grew up to be really indifferent towards her. I don't love her, I don't hate her. And yeah, my dad was in the picture until I was like 5, but then my mum said he tried to like kidnap me or something, or because he's like, my mum's Polish, my dad's Macedonian. I only know his first name, right? Know nothing else about him. But if he really did care about me that much to kidnap me, why wasn't I left with some sort of contact? Well, I mean, I don't even know if he tried to kidnap me, because my mum like loves to lie. I remember she lied to me all throughout my childhood about multiple things. So I don't know if I believe her story, but even if he did try to kidnap me, at least let me form an opinion of him, you know? I have no recollection of his face. The only memory I have was the last time I saw him on my doorstep when I was like 5. And then, funny story, not really funny, but when I was like 15, he saw me whilst he was driving in his car, and he said, "Hello, hi Aaron." And I walked past him because I didn't remember his face, right? And then 5 minutes later, my mum tells me, "Yo, that was your dad, by the way." And I just sort of looked at her, right? Like, you couldn't have told me that 5 minutes ago, like when I was, because she was like right next to me. She could have said, "Oh, that's your dad." So that was my last form of contact, or that was my last opportunity to have any contact with him at all. And she didn't think to mention it. She didn't think it was important, right? But yeah, I think parents are giving too much leeway. Just because they gave life to you doesn't mean you automatically have to respect them. I could have a kid within the next year if I wanted to. It's not a hard thing. It's not a novel thing, but I won't, because I'm not a piece of shit, right? You fucked up your life, and then you had a kid, and then you give them fucked up morals and a fucked up worldview and lead them to a path that will be pretty messed up. Like, you didn't give them a strong foundation or anything. Even worse so if you were an unplanned child, which is such a common thing now, and parents have the audacity to, you know, kind of let their kid know that. And I think it's really disgusting. I think more parents should be looked at as the cause of all problems, because they are the first thing that you encounter, really. Here's my dog, Cody. I'm outside because I really hate being in my house. I don't connect at all with my mother or my sister. And they're so quick to anger, they're loud, they're obnoxious. I have nothing, not a single thing in common with them. And I couldn't care less, right? Yeah. And I think that's affected me in my relationships. Like, you know, in psychology they teach you this. How you grow up, how your childhood is shaped, forms the attachments you make later in life. That's why, not to absolve myself of all responsibility for my actions, but that's why a lot of my relationships fail. I haven't loved anyone that I was ever with. I just say it to kind of appease them, and then I act in erratic ways, and I'm hot and cold a lot of the time. So until I can fix that, I can't really date anyone or get married. And I hate the idea of marriage anyway, right? Because my sister's not even my sister, she's my half sister. She's separate dads, and then my mum recently got divorced with, you know, a third father, fucking parental figure, whatever. So all the relationships in my life that I've seen haven't worked out long term. So me, in my mind, I can't imagine my relationships lasting long term. Can't see myself married or having kids or having anything, right? Not to have this video like a depressing thing. The point I'm trying to make is, do not give your parents so much respect that you don't have any autonomy. Do not make them force you to get haircuts, to dress how you want, to act how they think people should act. Do not let them instill a bad mindset on you. If I was to have a choice, I would be living on my own, and I would be no contact with all of my family, basically. But I can't, because I'm broke, right? The only reason I act cordial with my mum is because I'll be homeless otherwise. But I think being homeless would be better than what I'm living with now. Not that I get abused or anything, I'm not saying that. I know people have it worse off than me. I'm not trying to make a thing out of it. But yeah, my point is, do not look at your parents as if they are always right. They are most of the times not. Another fucking train goes by. I should pick a better spot next time, probably. But yeah. Anything else I want to tell you guys? Let me think. No. Oh yeah. Being in a single parent household is so normalized these days. Like, loads of my friends' parents are divorced, or like, how do you make a life with someone else? You know, have a kid and then realize, oh, we don't actually like each other, let's split up, whilst they're really young or before they're even born. I don't get it. Having a kid is a decision that's taken too lightly. It's so disgusting. And all this normalization with having a baby mother or a baby daddy, it's the government's biggest like win ever. It keeps people in this constant cycle of growing up with bad morals, and then that sends them down a certain life, and it's disgusting, really. And I hate that, and I hate parents. I would never want to be a parent, because I know I would fuck my kid up as well. So I'll probably just end my bloodline here or whatever. I don't give a fuck. Cody! Look at this happy guy. I'll have lots of dogs and cats there. Yeah, have dogs and cats and pets instead of children, you guys. Okay, that's it. That's all. Bye bye.